What is up, Dynasty Leaguers? It's your boy Amazehayes with the privilege of introducing today's video. Recently over at Dynasty League Football, we conducted a Dynasty rookie mock draft, one quarterback, PPR, all the standard stuff. And we decided that we were going to compile the videos for the reasonings and the thought process behind each and every pick from the individual DLF team members that participated in this draft. So today's video is going to be from the 101 to the 112, and we'll do the second round and the third round in their own separate videos as well too. But for right now, we got the first round of picks here with some exciting players and some exciting rookies for this Dynasty rookie mock draft. So hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get right into it.
This is Bruce Matson, senior staff writer for DynastyLeagueFootball.com, and with the first overall pick, 101, I'm drafting Jonathan Taylor, running back from Wisconsin. There's a lot I like about him. He has 2 straight 2,000-yard seasons, hyper productive, broke out as a freshman, does a lot of good things on tape. He has the speed to break out long runs and score from anywhere on the football field. On top of that, he can grind between the tackles. He ran a 4.39 40-yard dash at 226 pounds. Elite level athleticism for his size. 99th percentile size adjusted speed score. He is almost a lock to be the first overall pick in most rookie drafts to begin with. So I feel like this is a home run for this standpoint. Jonathan Taylor, I'm happy to get him at the 101 here.
What's happening, everyone? It's your boy, Mike Me Up on Twitter, here to give you a little breakdown on why I decided to go with DeAndre Swift for the second overall pick in the DLF rookie mock draft. And for me, it just comes down to a couple of factors, but it made it a pretty easy decision after Jonathan Taylor went first overall. And the first thing being draft capital. And we know that draft capital and opportunity is king, especially for running backs, because you need the opportunity to get on the field. And based on what we've seen from the mocks and a lot of the NFL inner circles, it seems like DeAndre Swift is that dude. He might even be the first one off the board at the late first, early second, ahead of Jonathan Taylor. So those are just positive signals to look for. And then secondly, when it comes to the talent, I mean, the talent is undeniable. To me, I think he's probably one of the more complete backs in this class in terms of what he offers and his versatility. He's obviously a great runner. He'll kill you on the ground, but he's also a true weapon in the receiving game. I mean, you frequently saw him lining up as a receiver and running routes down the field. So he wasn't just like a dump-off king, and he was really elite in this aspect of his game. He actually had, I think, 4.7 yards per reception after contact. So basically he was juking guys out of the shoes, and that was I think top 15 in the country. And when you look at his other stuff, like, he has one of the most dank dead legs I've ever seen. I'm not a film expert, but when I see him stick that leg in the ground and defenders are just going left and right, he's literally putting all of them on skates, and it's just, honestly, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. And so hope that's helpful for you guys. That's why I made my pick. You know, good luck to you guys in your rookie draft. And if you have one of those top 1 or top 2 picks, I'm hoping that you get the chance to add DeAndre Swift to your roster, because, man, you're not going to be disappointed.
I am up pick 3 of the DLF rookie draft here. The first 2 picks going Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Swift. I knew I didn't have either my top 2 running backs on the board anymore, so I was making that decision between my wide receiver 1 and my running back 3. I thought it was more valuable on my team to have CeeDee Lamb, which is my selection at 103, because I think he's just the better player overall. And I really like to build teams with some stud wide receivers, and I think CeeDee Lamb's going to be doing that for a few years. If we want to look at his stats, last year he had over 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns, had over a 34% dominator rating, if you're into that sort of thing. And then we even look at some of his red zone production. And for a guy that might not absolutely be the biggest, just at 191 pounds, but he high points balls really, really well. And we can see that both on go routes as well as some of his red zone production. So he actually had 8 red zone catches out of 14 targets, with 5 of those 8 catches being touchdowns in the red zone. So he is used to scoring in the red zone and doing whatever he can to give us more fantasy points. I think it's really important too that when you look at, his touches by yardage, he had 33% of his plays go for 21 or more yards. this last season. And I think that really shows you just how great he is in the open field when we watch him on things like screens, slants, and curls, things like that, as well as on go routes, just the way that he can high point a football and really make sure to use great body control. I think he's probably one of the best in this draft while doing that. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to take CeeDee Lamb, not to mention that I think he's going to end up in a pretty good landing spot. If he's taken in the first round, like all of us assume that he will, he is going to a place that's really going to need a wide receiver. And that's why they're going to be picking CeeDee Lamb. So I'm going to assume that he's going to eat starting year one, and he's just going to continue that moving forward, no matter what team he gets drafted by.
What's going on, everybody? It is Chris Allen, the one half of the DLF mailbag show here at Dynasty League Football. The better half, if you are so inclined to believe that. But I am at the 104 in the DLF mock draft that we have going on. And with the 104, I select J.K. Dobbins. To me, it became a fairly easy decision because my guy Kane actually took my original pick. I was going to take CeeDee Lamb, but he did not fall to me. But J.K. Dobbins, I think, is an easy decision. And I want to walk through a couple of reasons why, or at least a few reasons why. And actually, to do that, I'm going to go ahead and use one of our contributors here. Joe actually just posted something earlier today walking through J.K. Dobbins and what he brings to the table. I mean, you can start off with his overall stats. I mean, he posted over 2,000 yards in his junior season. But the big thing that I'm looking at and what's now really important in the NFL nowadays is dual threat ability. And he's passing that threshold minimum. I mean, but he still had over 20 receptions in his final season in college. So that's what we look for a running back that's going to be taken with high draft capital, and J.K. Dobbins has that. But, I mean, he also walks through a lot of the other statistical measures that we want to try and find for high-end talent. I mean, total dominator by age. You can see J.K. Dobbins is really crushing the baseline here. A market share of rushing yards, like by age, and adjusting for that. And then also some of the other metrics that we've seen across from other great contributors, guys like Graham Barfield, and looking at yards created. So, I mean, from a metrics standpoint, from a physical standpoint, and just from a production standpoint, I mean, Dobbins has been that guy. Dobbins has been a dude that we can look forward to and being able to produce at the NFL level. So for me, at the 104, he becomes an easy decision. Who's up next?
Hi all, this is DLF's Frank Gruber, 3Down Hack on Twitter. And with the 105 in our mock draft, I'm pleased to select Cam Akers, running back from Florida State, a player that I've been writing up since National Signing Day 2017 as an elite prospect, which admittedly was not too much of a stretch since he was a top 5 overall prospect, but stuck through it even after enduring his down sophomore year. Have been pleased subsequently to see others in the community realize that a lot of that down performance is due to factors beyond his control. Elite athleticism, very good versatility, involvement in the passing game, character-wise, very positive reports out of Tallahassee during his 3-year tenure there. So possesses elite upside, and at the 105, I'm pleased to get him at this point in a rookie draft.
My name is Joseph Nemour, and I'm a staff writer at DLF, and with the 106 pick in the DLF pre-draft rookie mock, I select Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver from the Alabama Crimson Tide. So for me, Jeudy is the last player in a distinct tier atop rookie drafts this season. There's a lot to like about his game as a prospect. He's a very fluid route runner that creates separation with ease. He has experience playing both inside and outside that gives him the versatility and makes him a fit for most teams. He's also played alongside multiple NFL talents at Alabama and won the Biletnikoff Award in 2018, which is awarded to the best wide receiver in college football. He outproduced his teammate Henry Ruggs, who's also going to be a first-round pick in the NFL draft by a significant margin. And Jeudy's projected inside the top 15 picks in nearly every NFL mock draft that you see on the internet, so it feels like he's both a safe and insulated selection at 106.
Hey, this is Noah Ballwig, writer at DynastyLeagueFootball.com, and with the 7th pick in the first round, I am selecting Tee Higgins, wide receiver out of Clemson. I feel like here I'm getting the number 1 receiver in the second tier underneath, obviously, Lamb and Jeudy, but I rank Higgins number 3 here, and to get him in the seventh spot, I feel like that's a really great position to get him in. When you look at what he did in college, his consistency in production is there all the time. The last 2 seasons, 25 touchdowns. Really hard to beat that when you look at just the way he was used in the college market share. He's right up there with Jeudy and Lamb. I think the biggest questions are what his athleticism brings to the table. We obviously know that from a receiving skill set, he's going to produce, but the questionable decision to forego the combine and do the pro day, and even at that, I think his speed is fine, but definitely not as explosive as the 2 top tier wide receivers. So at the 107, I'm going Tee Higgins.
What's going on, everybody? Amazehayes here, and with the 108 in this DLF rookie mock, I decided to take Justin Jefferson, wide receiver out of LSU, and he's probably my favorite wide receiver in this class outside of CeeDee Lamb for a variety of reasons. Number one, when you look at his college profile analytically, he just checks all of the boxes. His combine was amazing with the 40-yard dash that we didn't expect him coming in the 4.4s, and then on top of that, his production profile analytically is very solid as well too. You look at his 30.7% dominator rating his sophomore year in 2018, and then last year a 29% dominator rating in a season where the entire LSU offense exploded. Joe Burrow happened, and he was sharing the offense with Biletnikoff winner Jamar Chase and probable wide receiver 1 in next year's class. So a fantastic season for Justin Jefferson in 2019 after a breakout 2018 at 19 years old. And that's really what I'm looking for out of these wide receivers. Then the next thing is the draft capital. Obviously, we know how important draft capital is for all these rookies. So Justin Jefferson has been mocked by a lot of people, Matt Miller included, but a lot of people in the back half of the first round. And so I've been seeing him a lot going to my favorite landing spot for me personally, the Philadelphia Eagles. Not only for any wide receiver, but for Justin Jefferson specifically. When you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, you can see the similarities between Carson Wentz and Joe Burrow. They both, are very mobile. They both have strong arms and really look to target their wide receivers down the field. That's what I really like about Carson Wentz and his fit with Justin Jefferson. Then you look at the team around Carson Wentz and the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles offense. No real wide receiver 1 presence. Alshon Jeffrey is there, but his contract is kind of up in the air right now for the next couple years. He's aging and he has injury problems. So that's number 1. You also look at Zach Ertz, who's also aging as well too. Has kind of been supplanted by Dallas Goedert. We look at the first half of the year last year where it was kind of Goddard's show and it was kind of Ertz's show, and then whatever happened. And then after that, there's really not a whole lot of other options there. I mean, we saw Nelson Aguilar got signed by the Oakland Raiders. Greg Ward came on at the end of the year last year, but that was really because there was no other wide receivers there. Deshaun Jackson will return from injury as well, too, after injuring himself at the beginning of 2019. But he's more of a straight line speed guy. We know what he is. He's not a wide receiver 1. Or really, a wide receiver 2 who can run routes. He's just there to go straight down the field right now at this point in his career. So I think that just makes sense for a lot of people, both for Justin Jefferson for the Philadelphia Eagles and for us in Dynasty rookie drafts. So I am very happy with taking Justin Jefferson at the 108 here, and I think that is a slam dunk pick for everybody who has that pick or a similar pick and is deciding between Justin Jefferson and someone else. So good luck to all of you, and I hope you grab some Justin Jefferson.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, CommishMaGriff here, also known as Matt Griffith. Hey, with the 109 in the DLF mock, I select Henry Ruggs, the wide receiver out of Alabama. A couple of guys went ahead of him that I was actually glad that they let Henry fall to me here. So Higgins just went, Justin Jefferson went. Both guys are super talented, who I like a lot. But I can't ignore the draft capital that I think Henry Ruggs is going to get. So the only other guy I really considered here was Jalen Reagor, who I like a whole lot. And it's hard not to be influenced by one Ray GQ on this one, but super talented receiver. I just don't think he's going to get near the capital that Henry Ruggs is going to get. Truly don't think he makes it past 15 at Denver. More than likely either a 12 or a 13, either Las Vegas or San Francisco. So getting that super high capital, both wide receiver needy offenses. Even if he goes to Denver, that offense just kind of really gets highlighted and heightened with Fant and Sutton, and combine that with the speed and athleticism of Ruggs. So And not just a burner to me, obviously shows extreme athleticism, got good jump ball for his size. We've seen him jump out of the gym on all the basketball little highlight films that we've seen from him from high school. But I think he's a super talented receiver. Obviously didn't get the volume in this PPR draft, so that made that a little bit of a question mark there. But with the AFC West really looking like they're involved in him, either with Las Vegas or Denver, watching Tyreek Hill play, twice a year, they want to get inside that mix, that speed mix, that burner mix. So give me the upside of Henry Ruggs here at the 109.
What's up, everybody? This is Adam Wilde, drafting from the 10 spot in the DLF staff mock draft. I selected Jalen Reagor, and I'm not going to say that it wasn't because our guy Ray Garvin's right behind me, but it's between him and CEH right there, and it's a really tough call without knowing where CEH goes. I mean, I could see him going in the second round, early day 2, or I could see him fall into the end of day 2 into day 3. So without knowing the running back landing spot, I'm just going to go with Jalen Reagor. I mean, the film speaks for him. You hear Ray talking about him all the time, but I'm not too worried about the 40-yard dash at 4.47. He plays a lot faster than that. And he broke out at age 19, which is very impressive, had a 36% college dominator, so I'm all in on Reagor.
All right, so I was sitting at the 111 spot, and I had a decision to make between the top-rated running back left on the board or a wide receiver. So for me, it was an easy choice to go CEH. I mean, he's a TDT, a three-down threat, running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, run between the tackles. Not the best in pass pro, but I think his skill set is something that transfers and translates to the NFL game today. So to be able to grab him at 111 with the top guys off of the board, Akers, Swift, Dobbins, and Taylor, then the top-rated wide receivers, my top-rated wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Reagor went right before Edwards-Helaire. That hurt. Then you got Justin Jefferson and Tee Higgins, who also went prior to that pick. So it was an easy decision for me to take CEH right there at the 111.
With the 12th pick in the DLF pre-draft rookie mock, I select running back A.J. Dillon, Boston College. A.J. Dillon is one of the more impressive prospects in this draft because of his size and his speed. He's 6 foot, over 240 pounds, and runs a 4.53 40. I said before the draft that his combine and his 40 time would definitely have a big impact on his draft stock. I thought that if he ended up running in the 4.5s, that he deserved to be at the end of the first round of rookie mocks, and that's where he is right now. He ran a 4.53 40 at 240 pounds, and that's why he's the pick 112. He is the beginning of a new tier, though. The last few picks have been Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson, Henry Ruggs, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So at pick 112, he starts a new tier that would include Laviska Shenault, Denzel Mims, and some other guys. But for A.J. Dillon, why I took him at 112, he's just an incredible prospect with his size, speed, and production. He's got two over 1,500-yard seasons, 4,000 total yards in over 4,000 total yards in college, and 38 touchdowns. A lot of production there at a Power 5 conference in the ACC. So a lot to like about A.J. Dillon, and I do think that he ends up being a day 2 pick in the NFL draft, second, third round, and that puts him in position to be a lead back in a committee role, and I think that's going to be a good spot for him to be in, and why he deserves to be the 112 in the DLF pre-draft rookie mock.
And that is it. That is round 1 of the DLF rookie mock draft, and as I said in the introduction, rounds 2 and 3 will be posted in their own separate videos here shortly, and the best way to be notified about that is to hit the subscribe button on the DLF channel and to find that bell and hit it so that you're always notified whenever we drop a YouTube video, and you'll be the first one to know, and you'll never miss a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you hit the like button on this video and leave a comment down below to let us know if you agree or disagree with any of the picks that we have here. So we will catch you guys later with rounds 2 and 3 here shortly, and we'll see y'all later.